Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's been around since 1993. It's been titled the most awarded SUV in its class. And it's not hard to tell with the presence that it has on the road. Now moving to 2022, Jeep has given us the 5th generation. However, behind me, I have the 4th generation body style. This is a 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. What that means is that Jeep is keeping the old body style while giving us a refresh as well. And today I'm going to be reviewing the old body style in 2022 to tell you why you should have this style in your driveway. I'm Devin from the Hickman Automotive Group. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, I suggest you do so. Just click the button down below, hit the like button as well if you like this video. We have more reviews and automotive content on the way. So with that out of the way, let's dive in on this brand new 2022 but old style Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. All right, starting out first, what is different with the power plant of both the 4th and 5th generation? And I'm happy to say absolutely nothing. The 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar motor gets carried over into the 5th generation as it is in the 4th. It's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it comes with Jeep's incredible 4x4 off-road technology, which you can find on the 4th and the 5th generation. So really, you're not really missing out if you go with the old body style or the new body style in that aspect. The engine and powertrain are found across all trim levels, starting with the Laredo, Altitude, Limited, and Limited X being our top spec. Additional standard features across all trim levels come with our heated seats, power liftgate, park view, backup camera with parking guides, rear parking assist system, blind spot monitoring, rear cross path detection, fog lights, a 6-speaker premium audio system, auto dimming rear view mirror, Sirius XM radio, driver power adjustable seats, heated steering wheel, 7-inch digital gauge cluster, dual climate zone control, rear mounted ventilation, and an 8.4-inch multi-touch display with built-in navigation and available access to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The crazy part is I only listed 18 standard features just then. The Jeep Grand Cherokee actually comes with over 70 standard features even on the base trim. That's something that the competition certainly cannot match. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why would you choose the 4th generation body style over the 5th generation Grand Cherokee moving into 2022? Well, honestly, the 5th generation has been launched, but it's not readily available right now, and it won't be for some time due to delays with the pandemic and whatnot. So the WK is available right now, and Jeep recognizes there's a need for this kind of vehicle in the market. That's why they moved with the 4th generation where they still have readily available parts, which means you can get one in your driveway really soon compared to the 5th generation. And honestly, in my opinion, I think the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK is still a great looking body style and vehicle, even into 2022. Its sporty, aggressive look has a presence on the road. Up front, we have the iconic Jeep grille, which can be finished in an array of different finishes, from matte black to the chrome that we have here today. Even on the base trim, I think this vehicle looks great. We also have the iconic daytime running lights that swoop around the headlight housing, which is an iconic feature of the WK. Moving down the side here, we'll find our plastic cladding, which helps paint our paintwork. It can be finished in an array of different finishes, from black cladding to color match, depending on what trim level. We also have our tire and rim setup down here, which is all season tires wrapped around 18 to 20-inch rims, and that could be also finished in an array of different finishes, from chrome, as we can see, to alloys, to all blacked out. Also down the side here, we'll have our Grand Cherokee badging, which is blacked out in chrome lettering on this trim level, and again, finishes in a different array depending on what trim. We also have our mirror caps here, also can be finished in color match to our paint or a chrome look. We have indicators built in and our blind spot detection. We have keyless entry here, so you just keep the key in your pocket, hit the button to lock or unlock your vehicle, which is super convenient when you have your hands full and you don't want to reach around for your keys. Moving all the way back, we have this chrome accent, which really highlights the vehicle's body lines, and we have roof rails up top as well if you want to carry extra additional equipment up there as well. If we move towards the back of the vehicle here now, all right, if we look towards the back now of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK, we'll see our large tail lights that wrap right around the bodywork here. They also have our brake lights, our reverse lights, and our indicator all built into one in this housing. We have our rear spoiler to finish off that sporty look, along with a shark fin antenna. We have a rear wiper, our Jeep badging, and our 4x4 badging here as well. Our liftgate is power operated. All you have to do is click the button underneath here or double click on your key fob. It will open and close the tailgate for you as well. We have a rear guard back here on certain trim levels so you don't scratch your paint when you're loading any materials into your cargo area. We have dual exhaust tips on this trim level. However, some trim levels do only have one exhaust, and we do have a cutout here for a tow hitch if you wish to install one. Some trim levels do have it factory installed from OEM. All right, with the exterior covered now, let's hop inside the driver's seat of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK and see what the interior has to offer us. All right, so inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK for 2022, we'll find our large heated steering wheel, as we mentioned as well. Has a nice thick feel to it, which is a really nice feature to have on a luxury SUV. We'll find our leather seating here as well, which we already mentioned is heated as standard. We have some badging in the seating as well, depending on what trim level you get. They're super comfortable and they sit really wide, so they're super comfortable no matter what kind of build you are. So I really like these seats. The padding is nice as well. On the steering wheel, again, leather wrapped as standard. We do have some paddle shifters on select trim levels so that you can select what gears you want to be in. And we have some other commands as well. So on our left side here, we have our media control commands for our cell phone and other media controls. We can also toggle between our menu and our digital dash. And on the right side, we have our cruise control and some safety features as well. Now, ahead of our steering wheel, we do have a digital dash along with analog dials, which is a nice feature to have. So up front, we have a 7-inch diagonal digital dash that holds a host of information from our infotainment to navigation to car information. Whatever you want to display, you can have it on your center display, which is a great feature to have. Now, on the left side, we do have our tachometer for our RPMs. And then up top, we have our engine temperature and our fuel as analog gauges as well, which is great to have that mix of features in this vehicle. All right, before we talk about the center display here and the technology inside, let's talk about the materials that you find inside the cabin of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. Jeep has done a really good job at designing the interior for this generation. Even though it's been around for a while, it's still very functional and super comfortable. I have to admit, Jeep knows where to place soft touch materials on where you're going to touch in the vehicle. So we have nice leather up top here with nice stitching. Your armrest here is super padded and comfortable, so when you're taking long drives, it's very comfortable to have your arm rested here. Same goes for on the door panel itself. The leather and the material here is super soft, so you can comfortably sit here and not have to worry about touching any hard materials at all. We have this nice wood grain in this trim level stretching around with this black gloss-like material wrapping around our infotainment display. And on this one, we have some etched kind of plastic material here that really shines and brings out the interior of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. Now in the center here, we do have two large cup holders, which will have no trouble fitting a large water bottle. We have our gear shifter, and in behind this hidden door here, if you hit the button, it will rise up, and that's where we have our connectivity. So we have two USBs, an auxiliary cord, and a 12-volt input, and we have some storage in here as well. And you can close that up and keep it covered if you like. In terms of center glove box, we do have a double layer glove box. So we have our first layer here, which is a shallow little covered area, which is covered in felt, so nothing can slip around inside. If you close it and open the bigger one, we have a large center console here that we can hold a lot of stuff if we need some storage space as well, which is great. The door pockets do have a water cup holder in each side, so you got more cup holders up front if you need it. Now into our center display here, we do have an 8.4-inch multi-touch display with Uconnect 4. It's super fast to run through the I/O in this, and it's super intuitive. It's nice and bright, so you can easily see it in any daylight that's coming through, especially coming through this giant sunroof that we have right here as well. Down below, we do have our volume tuning and fan speed knobs. They're wrapped in this nice thick rubber, so they're easy to grip when you're driving and very easy to remember muscle memory. Down below that, we do have 7 vehicle control buttons down here as well. Some parking sensors, our lane keep assist, our engine auto stop on and off that we get to toggle on and off, which is great. In eco mode, sport mode, and our traction control button as well is housed right there. So with the technology covered in our center display, let's talk about the driving technology that we also have at our fingertips while we're sat behind the driver's seat. So right below our cup holders here, we have our drive modes from Jeep. So we do have 5 drive modes in here. We have snow, sand, auto, mud, and rock. We could toggle between what one we want. Most times you're gonna probably just keep it in auto, but it's nice to have those features here as well. Now what do those features do? It changes the 4x4 technology inside the vehicle, and it also changes the ride height. We can also control the ride height here as well with 2 buttons up and down, and we have some ground clearance that can give us additional ground clearance or lower down depending on fuel efficiency that we want. We also have a 4-wheel low button, and we also have a descent button here as well. If you're going down a really sharp descent, the vehicle can anti-lock the brakes and do some clever off-road technology to help you navigate down a steep slope. We also have a rear view dimming mirror here as well, which is awesome technology so you don't get blinded by headlights behind you. And we do have a push button start and stop here, so you keep the key fob in your pocket, hop in the vehicle, hit the start button, and you're good to go, which is an awesome feature. We do have remote start in this vehicle as well, so on those cold winter days, you can just double click on your key fob and the engine will start, heating up the interior of your car. So with the front interior of the WK covered, let's hop in the rear seats now to show what leg room we have, headroom for your passengers that you have, and finally let's finish off in the trunk cargo space to see exactly how much cargo space we do have back there, and then we'll take this WK on the road for a few final comments. All right, in the rear seats here now of the WK, we have ample leg room because the seats in the front are concaved a little bit here for us, so we got ample leg room. Decent headroom here. We have an LED light, some hooks here as well if we need to hang anything up. We do have some cargo storage on both sides of the seats here. We have rear ventilation back here as well that we can control. We do have heated seats on the far outside of the seats back here. They're leather wrapped and again, super comfortable in the back of this WK. If you're looking for cup holders, they are on this armrest right here. You pull down and it's super well padded and at a nice height. And the padding also continues over here on the door panel as it does in the front. So overall, really comfortable spot to be in the back of the WK. So let's hop out back now and talk about our cargo area. All right, if we look at the cargo space now of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK, like I said, it is a power lift gate, so you can activate it here or on your key fob by hitting the button twice. So you hit the key fob twice, the back trunk should open up for you. It's a great feature if you're loading stuff into the trunk. You can just simply come up, load it right in for you. Back here now we have 37.7 cubic feet of cargo area. Easily can fit 2 hockey bags, but if you need more room, the seats do fold flat across the floor at 40/60, which is a great feature to have if you need more cargo space. With the seats fully loaded down, we have 70.8 cubic feet of space for cargo. If you're done loading up your cargo, you simply hit the button right here. The trunk will close for you, or you can also use your key fob again to double click and the trunk will close. Now with that closed, let's hop inside the driver's seat again, take this vehicle out on the road and see what it's like on the tarmac. All right, so here we are behind the wheel of the Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. And first I gotta say, it is really quiet and really comfortable in here. It is smooth on the tarmac as it is smooth off-road. I mean, this thing can handle the off-road. It is that Jeep heritage that it's famous for with the drive modes and the adjustable ride height. It may not look it on the outside or even when you're inside because it does feel very luxurious when you're inside, but this thing can handle going off the beaten path for sure. The seats are comfortable. The lever wrap steering wheel is nice, makes you feel like you're in a luxury vehicle when in fact, you know, like I said, you can go off-road in this vehicle. The engine power in here is fantastic. The 3.6 liter V6 gives you ample confidence in power if you want to pull out and pass somebody or anything like that, no matter what speed you're going at. Now it is a big vehicle, so I mean, it's not no sports car. It's not going to get up and go for you. But I mean, if you got to be on the highway and you got to pass somebody, you put your foot down and it can pick up the power. The 8-speed automatic transmission is nice and smooth. It transitions between gears really nicely and it gets a quick pickup when you do put your foot down. There's no real delay in switching to the gear that you need to get up and get some speed going. So the reasons why you would have this in your driveway going into 2022. Simple. It's available. It still looks good. It's the most awarded SUV. It's capable of handling off-road. It's comfortable inside. It comes with all the tech you need. 70 standard features on the base trim level. It's going to be cheaper than the 5th generation that's coming out. And overall, guys, it has the same engine, same transmission. So really, you're not really missing out on much on buying the newer refresh model. The WK still has a place in Jeep's lineup, and I think it has a place in your driveway. So be sure to come in, test drive one, and feel it for yourself because I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, guys, I'm Devin from the Hickman Automotive Group. Make sure you subscribe, like this video. More automotive content on the way. Have a good one.